welcome to another episode of Horror Movie Night. Scott's out back riding some dirt bikes. Adam's digging up a corpse from underneath a tree, and I guess I'm a witch. I don't know. This movie's fucking crazy, but it's my favorite David Carradine movie because we're talking about Pumpkinhead here on Horror Movie Night.
So this is the conclusion of Scott is a goddamn idiot. We'll probably have a new version of this start up next week, but for the last 2 weeks, I confused Lance Henriksen and David Carradine, so this is the one featuring the guy who isn't dead.
I didn't even want to bring that, it was one of these moments I was watching the movie and I'm like, wait, that's Lance Henriksen. Oh yeah, no, I gotta make a reference to David Carradine then. This has been decided for me. So the movie starts off in 1957, and there's a little boy named Ed, and he witnesses a man being killed by a monster outside of his bedroom after his dad refuses.
Listen, Matt, let me do you a favor. Skip 57 minutes into the plot of this movie.
No, so don't worry. I'm going to get there. So his dad refuses to provide this guy with some sanctuary and gets murdered. And then we jump immediately to the present day, and Ed's grown up and he runs a small store, and a group of teenagers come by and ride their dirt bikes. And they kill Ed's son, and then...
you are just burning through my notes right now.
Okay, well then, interrupt me. Tell me what I'm missing here, because basically what I'm trying to get to is that the first 45 minutes of this movie could just be the first 15 minutes of this movie.
I'm going to defend this film, because, okay, this is like the third time I've watched it, I think. So I took notes, because I was like, you know what, I'm probably not going to have anything nice to say about this film because I didn't really like it the first 2 times I watched it. I just thought that it was real slow, and I thought that it's very concept oriented, but not really very good on the execution.
I don't disagree with you, actually. I liked this movie. Adam's the only one that hates it.
Well, right. So here's my thing: is like I went into this thinking, okay, this is probably going to be a bad pick. Like I'm probably not going to enjoy this watch, but at least it'll be good. I can, lambaste it on the podcast. But actually, so I guess we're like 10 minutes in now, and I'm thinking, God damn it, I forgot how depressing this movie is. It's just like it's got this oppressive feeling, like this dread, because the kid's gonna die. But I think that where you two guys are like frustrated. Well, Matt's frustrated, Adam's pissed off, because that's Adam, about the pacing of the beginning. But for once, I'm going to defend a slow burn at the beginning.
Well,
I'm going to say it's important because you have to see how important that kid is to Ed.
Well,
and if the kid isn't everything to him...
Well, and I disagree because I actually think that it doesn't feel like a slow... When I was watching it, which this is probably like the third or fourth time that I've watched it, and I liked it a lot the first time, bought it on DVD, and then didn't really like it that much the second time, and this is the third time I'm watching it, is that the build-up to Pumpkinhead's debut is 45 minutes. But it actually kind of moves quickly enough that it feels like 20 minutes. But then his slaughter is like 20 minutes long, and it feels like it's 40 minutes long. Like, it's very surreal.
Well, because there's some weird dynamics with that character construction, and I'm not talking about the physical look and power level of that character as much as there are times when it is like obscenely strong and seems to be smart, or cunning rather, I guess is the term I'm looking for. But then there are other times where they like nerf the monster, and to pad out the movie. And I'm not going to defend the movie for that because that is frustrating for me. But like, there's the part where like Pumpkinhead grabs people and pulls them up into trees that are like 40 feet tall and then drops them. That takes a great deal of strength. And it also like rammed the shotgun through that guy's chest. But then the part which is one of my favorite parts of the movie, actually. Pumpkinhead's walking through that broken down church, and he grabs the crucifix, or he grabs the cross, and he like bashes it against the wall a couple times. And I'm like, bro, it's 2 pieces of wood. How many times do you have to hit it against the wall before it actually breaks? It's just funny. I love this movie now. Like I really respect it. It's not one of those horror movies that I'm gonna probably watch on a regular basis. But here's what I love about it. I love the look of it. That's what I'm saying. I think that, and that's what stuck with me from the first couple times watching it, is the concept is better than the execution. Like, the pacing is kind of fucked up, and I don't think that they really fleshed out Pumpkinhead's abilities very well.
But they did a great job with. I think one of the compliments. We'll get all the compliments out of the way now, and then just go into the nitty gritty, picking shit apart portion of the podcast. But they did a good job with this movie, I think, of developing a mythos
without telling it all, though.
Without telling it all, which they completely fuck up in the sequel, where they give you Pumpkinhead's origin story of what Pumpkinhead is, and it's like we don't fucking need this information.
We're not watching that. I'm not watching that. Me and my headmates are not watching Pumpkinhead Bloodwings.
I could not disagree with you guys more on every single point that you're making right now.
Well, this is why we have you on the show, because
otherwise it would be a 10-minute episode.
Just say nice things and be done.
Like you said that you respect this movie. Oh my fucking god! Man.
This coming from the guy. I mean, let's just go down your previous picks. Even before we started doing Horror Movie Night, you picked Taxidermia.
Great movie. I love Hungary. Hungarian film.
The thing, the cook, the wife.
You picked that.
Yep, absolutely. I mean, English people love it. Satirism. That's great. That's a good movie. Keep going.
Adam, you turn more and more into canon every week.
The funny thing is that sometimes I forget Canon's not Canadian. He's a Canadian.
He's a kind of Canadian.
Yeah, but no, seriously though, this movie is there's a reason it has a cult following, and it has everything to do with the fact that you're a goddamn idiot, Adam.
No, it has everything to do with the fact that the last 20 minutes of this movie absolutely out of control shows you the character. It shows you Pumpkinhead, and it does not shy away from that. I mean, you get to see Pumpkinhead full on in his glory, doing what he does, and that's understandable, and it's good because that's a good character piece. Like that's a good practical effect. But the first 50 fucking minutes of this movie does not make it worthwhile to watch this piece of fucking shit. Like, this is awful. This is so unbearable for the first 50 minutes of it.
You're the biggest baby.
Go fuck yourself.
Well,
I wasted my time. I felt like
Adam, all you have is time. This is your favorite hobby, so don't complain.
You spent all week at your shit job being like, I can't wait to watch this garbage movie so I can rip it apart for 45 minutes with my two best friends.
I cannot wait. I cannot wait to get home and spend 50 minutes looking at nothing. Looking at literally nothing going on. I might as well have watched paint dry. It's fucking boring.
By the way, this is coming from the guy who loves The Room.
The Room at least has sex scenes in it.
You know what's weird, though, about Pumpkinhead? Actually, because you had mentioned it, like, when Pumpkinhead becomes a thing, you just see him. There's no, like, weird Jaws-like shots where they wait until the very end to reveal Pumpkinhead. Like, as soon as Pumpkinhead's a thing, he's fucking a thing. And, like, even the VHS cover was just a picture of Pumpkinhead.
Of his face, yeah.
Like, they were so proud of that Pumpkinhead creature.
It's because the creature looks awesome.
Yes, it does.
Well, listen, minute 50 on, like, when you start seeing Pumpkinhead, I'm into it. I am into it. But it's just, it's too much. There's too much build-up.
Well, then Scott Roger the first 50 minutes.
Yeah, exactly. And the funny thing is that I prefer the first 50 minutes to when the killing starts because I could not give less of a shit about those kids.
No, they're all shitty people.
Awful.
Yeah.
They're terrible people, and it actually is good because most of the schlocky 80s horror movies were trying to like humanize the kids. That's a blanket statement here, but like a lot of times they're trying to make you care that the kids then get dismembered. These kids are shitty people, and it's like the one guy's trying to cover for his friend who obviously has some sort of mental disorder and is an alcoholic. He's like, "Oh, I got caught." This is not the first time in the last month that he's had a vehicular accident.
Yeah.
Like, dude is a bad person and should be punished.
You know why you're so attached to those kids? Because they spend more
than half the fucking movie, making you attached to those goddamn kids.
But I'm
like,
not.
It's nothing
I'm not
but
at all.
character development.
That's the problem.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Listening comprehension is not your strong suit, Adam. I'll give you that. That's fine. But
So wait, you guys, wait. From the sounds of it, you agree with me. This movie's shit.
Oh God. So here's my take on the thing is like the action is pointless because this movie is more of a character study of Ed Harley, and when you see that and you watch it in that kind of point of view where it's like this tragic tale of him getting everything taken from him, because like let's just do a quick little timeline of the shit that goes down in Ed Harley's life. He grows up in a holler. Like, that does not lead to a whole lot of social or financial mobility. Probably married his sister. Miraculously doesn't have some sort of demonic spawn that is born of the unholy union of him and a semi-close relative. His sister wife dies. He's left to fend for himself and his kid with these big Coke bottle glasses, and he keeps thinking that the kid's going to be something important. That kid is probably just going to, like, man the shop.
Yeah.
Like, so his life sucks, but he at least has the love of his child. And then these pieces of shit from the city come in, kill his kid, try and make it look like an accident, and then when he goes to get vengeance, he can't. Well, first of all, he tries to go and have his kid resurrected. No Pet Cemetery for you, Ed Harley. You get a demon. So you get the demon, and then it turns out that you have to watch everybody being killed. That sucks too. And then he's like, you know what? I can't live with that. So I'm going to try and stop it. So he tries to stop this unstoppable demon and realizes that he must kill himself to stop the demon. But actually stopping the demon doesn't actually happen at all because he just becomes Pumpkinhead. So it's all bad for Ed Harley. And if you look at the movie like that, I feel like you see how cheap the last 40 minutes of it actually are because, or whatever it is, the 50 minutes, or I don't know. You know, like once the killing starts, it really is just gore for its own sake. Like, there don't need to be that many kills and that much running around.
Up to a point, it becomes nonstop. Like, they literally, every time they turn a corner, Pumpkinhead is there, and he kills off another character.
Yeah, I mean, I always feel like somebody's watching me.
I always feel like somebody's watching.
I mean, we're at this 15-minute mark on this podcast, and Adam hasn't sung anything, so I know I needed to throw him a bone here.
Well, like
I could be your Adam, bro.
I could be your Ed Harley.
Well,
I can tell you limb from limb.
Can we take a quick pause to admire the song "Somebody's Watching Me" by Rockwell? Not because of the chorus that everyone remembers, but the weird accent in which Rockwell raps throughout that song. It's like,
who's watching me now? The IRS?
Yes. Are they in my home? I'm in the Twilight Zone.
You know what song I actually really love this song? It's Holiday Rap by MC Micro G and DJ Sven.
I think
Have you guys ever heard that song?
That sounds like you just made up a whole bunch of shit.
No, I swear to God. It's an actual song, and I will post it in the thread. And it came out like the late 80s when like hip hop was happening, and these two Swedish guys were like, yeah, whatever, we'll do some hip hop. We can make that happen.
It's like Il Mitch. If you ever listen to the Russian rapper Il Mitch.
No, but I'm about to.
Fast and Danger about skateboarding is probably his best song.
Adam, a couple weeks ago, you were waiting to podcast listening to fucking Best Coast. You guys have terrible taste in music.
So, this movie also has that really bad 80s teenager, quote unquote, where like
they're all 26.
they're damn near 30. Every one of them.
Yeah, I love that. I never really. I knew that they were older than me when I was watching these in high school or whatever. I think they're supposed to be college students. It doesn't matter. But I knew. You watch Scream, and Nev Campbell's mid-20s, and she's like supposed to be a senior in high school. Okay, I knew that they were older, but I always just kind of rolled with it. But now that I'm actually older than the actors and actresses playing younger people in these movies, I'm like, there's no way. Come on. Like, okay, so quick side note, I'm gonna pop into one of the two things that I watched this week, just to mention it here because it's topical. Megan and I finally watched Can't Buy Me Love with Patrick Dempsey and Amanda Peterson in it. And Patrick Dempsey looks like he's in high school in that movie. But the slutty cheerleader friends, they could be 30. They could be like my coworkers. It's so weird.
There's no worse offender than Rizzo in Grease.
Oh my God. Yeah, she's 40.
She's got fucking crow's feet. she's a 16-year-old girl afraid of being pregnant.
At the end of that movie, she's like, I'm not pregnant. And then I'm like, well, you know why, Rizzo? Because you can't get pregnant. You're too old. Like,
she's not in menopause. Like, and also Adam apparently fell down a well again.
So the campers argue about if they should go to the police while Ed goes and visits a witch, and he helps.
Named Haggis.
Yeah.
Like, as if it doesn't suck bad enough for her that she's named fucking Haggis. She's also a witch and apparently immortal.
So she helps Harley get revenge by resurrecting Pumpkinhead using Ed and his son's blood on this deformed corpse. Pumpkinhead just immediately gets to kill in business as soon as he's resurrected.
Dude, he does not fuck around. I mean, you only got X amount of time before you turn into a human. It's like Cinderella, but in reverse.
Yeah. Well, that was the weird part when I was rewatching it, was I was like, I feel like they show Pumpkinhead become Pumpkinhead, and then there's still some time before he starts killing people. But it's like 5 minutes after he becomes Pumpkinhead that he's just pulling people up in trees and dropping them.
The first thing I did when I was born was a skill.
Well, like, all the characters in this fucking movie are just completely stupid. Like, they will run around a corner and run right into Pumpkinhead. Like, they'll bump into his chest. And they'll just look at him and go, ah! Like, they just get scared by it. Like, and
Dude,
it's
if
like,
you turned around a corner and Pumpkinhead was there, you'd probably scream like a bitch, too.
I would turn around the other way and run the fuck out of there. There's no way I just, like, every one of these characters, you might as well just, like, line them up and make them run towards a meat grinder. Like, they're all just getting ready to be killed. Like, oh, it's so stupid. They're all idiots. They're just so dumb. Anyways, it's a good movie. It's all right.
Well, Ed is being forced to experience Pumpkinhead's terror, and quickly he starts to develop some remorse for his act of vengeance, and goes back to the witch Haggis. That's when she tells him that Pumpkinhead cannot be stopped, and warns him that he will die if he tries to stop the killing spree. But Pumpkinhead continues to kill these kids, and Ed begins to mutate, looking more and more like the creature, whereas the creature begins to develop Ed's face. That's when Ed realizes that him and Pumpkinhead are the same being, and he must kill himself, ending Pumpkinhead's life. And then at the end of the movie, the witch is burying Ed's body, which is now the mangled corpse of Pumpkinhead from the beginning of the film.
Well, okay, here's the thing. By the way, Pumpkinhead is backwards xenomorph confirmed.
Yes.
And that full body suit is like, it's no joke. It is awesome. You know what I love the most about this film is the cinematography, which we don't talk about a whole lot because a lot of the times it's mediocre at best. But really, like, this movie has great cinematography and it's very classic. Like, when Ed goes up to Razorback Ridge to the pumpkin patch, I don't know if it was on a soundstage or what, but it is super, like, classic 50s horror with the moon streaming down and the fog, and it's just, the setting is just great, and they must have used super high quality film because it still looks great. But the thing that clashes with that is the music. Like, the music is bad, but I think they probably just spent all their time trying to get Pumpkinhead looking awesome because, like, the full-on, whenever Pumpkinhead is like, rah, you know, and you see him from head to toe to tail, it is impressive. It's just so impressive.
Well, I'm pretty sure this is the only movie Stan Winston ever made, so of course the main focus was on the practical effects of the creature.
I mean, is he the guy that wrote it? Because if so, he needs to not write for a movie ever again.
Well, I'm not sure. Well, you know who Stan Winston is, right?
No.
Oh, Stan Winston is the guy who built the aliens. He's a special effects guy. This is the only movie he ever made with the money that he made from doing special effects for a bunch of movies. So, like, this was his big, I'm going to make a creature feature with all of my background of doing special effects. He did, like, the Monsters and Monster Squad and shit.
Oh, my God. Yes, let's talk about how awesome the Monsters and Monster Squad look.
Dude, the creature from the Black Lagoon.
Every single movie we talk about rolls back to Monster Squad.
Because it's so good.
Yeah, I mean, creatures swimming in the swimming pool.
Usually swimming in the swimming pool.
Yeah, let me see. So Stan
you got the Medusas and the Draculas and the Muckmens.
Yeah, I'm going to take a quick peek at his resume. Let's see. The Wiz, Friday the 13th Part 3, The Thing, Ghoulies.
Oh shit, The Thing.
Invaders from Mars, Aliens, Monster Squad, Predator, Pumpkinhead, Edward Scissorhands, Terminator 2, Batman Returns, Jurassic Park, Interview with a Vampire, Congo, the Island of Dr. Monroe.
Oh my God, Island of Dr. Moreau. We can't go one episode without you screwing up somebody's name.
The Relic, Mouse Hunt, Small Soldiers, Lake Placid, Galaxy Quest.
Galaxy Quest.
Yeah, Big Fish, Wrong Turn, Doom, The Shaggy Dog, Benchwarmers, Iron Man, Indiana Jones and the Kingdom of the Crystal Skull, and his last movie before he died was Shutter Island and Avatar. He worked on Avatar.
Shutter Island is a great film. That's a good way to go out.
Yeah.
That guy has had quite the illustrious career. That's a very good career.
Yeah, Benchwarmers, Heart Beeps.
Seriously, are you going to criticize him when he did The Thing, Alien,
and The Predator?
He did Aliens and Predators. I mean, he is a god amongst men.
Can we actually point out though that knowing this information, I have a feeling that the aliens from Kingdom of Crystal Skull were just leftover molds of Pumpkinhead.
I don't know because that does not exist to me.
They look very much so like Pumpkinhead. Oh, you might be right, Matt. You might be right.
I've got this old mold just laying around. Let's throw that on there.
You know what? He got older and he got lazier and he just decided to say, fuck it.
Adam O'Brien to that movie.
What did you guys watch this week?
No, I got lots of stuff to talk about.
Okay, let's talk about Pumpkinhead. Go.
Yes. Okay. So I want to talk about the people that were in this movie. There are just two things I want to say. Maggie was in Nightmare on Elm Street 2, but I don't think that it was one of the main characters because I don't really recognize her. Because I was like, do I know any of these people? But Steve is the douche nozzle in Slumber Party Massacre 2.
Is he really?
Yeah, he's the guy that pushes the main girl into the pool, and the main girl in Summer Party Massacre 2 was the main woman on Wings. I don't know if you ever watched Wings, but
no.
my buddy Eric loves the podcast, and he was obsessed with the Summer Party Massacre 2 podcast episode for a while, and he was like, "Dude, you didn't even mention the fact that so and so was the main woman on Wings." I was like, "Oh, I totally forgot." Because he and I used to watch Wings together. I mean, I don't know why, because I don't know why anybody actually liked that TV show. It's not really a good TV show.
I never really watched Wings, but I feel like it's not really a group show, like a show that requires a group watching.
No, absolutely not. So anyway, yeah, it's just funny that Steve was in that. Also, Steve was in Killer Workout. That guy that was in Slumber Party Massacre 2 and Pumpkinhead was also in Killer Workout, which when I watched Killer Workout, I was definitely not focusing on him at all.
Oh my God! And you know this guy? He's a friend of yours?
What?
No. Sorry. There's
listening comprehension is not your strong suit.
Yeah, man. Scott's just been palling around with the 50-year-old guy at this point from Slumber Party Massacre 2 and Killer Workout. No, his buddy listens to our show and pointed out that the chick from Slumber Party Massacre 2 is from Wings, which is directly connected to the fact that he's talking about the chick from Wings.
Killer Workout.
Yeah, it's all just, I don't know. It made sense when I heard it.
Okay, all right. That makes, I was about to say, can I meet this guy?
Listeners, if you want to draw...
If you know that guy, I wouldn't let you meet him because you're such a jerk.
Listeners, if you have the time and you want to draw out an example of the way that conversation went, so that we can follow it?
We lost
If you
everybody
want to
listening,
draw me a diagram, I would very much so appreciate it.
Some fucking directions on how that conversation got to killer workout in its fucking 6 degrees to Kevin Bacon way.
It could literally be a Venn diagram where it's like killer workout, this movie, the two conduct this way, and I'll be like, oh, I still don't get it.
Anyway, yes, so there's a decent amount of schlocky B celebrities in this movie, and David Carradine.
Well, now we know why he died, because he really could never get back to the glory days of Pumpkinhead. And
Maybe he hung himself to stop Pumpkinhead from killing others.
he would just turn into Pumpkinhead, dummy.
Oh,
Listen. David Carradine was a proud man. I mean, have you seen Death Wish 2000? Like, come on. Like,
Death Race 2000, you're combining two films.
Death Wish 2000.
shit.
That's the one that has a sandwich in it?
No dice.
All right. Adam, what'd you watch this week besides Pumpkinhead?
I watched
Cartoons?
these. Yeah, I've obviously watched my daily regiment of cartoons. So Adventure Time's still pretty sweet. Oh, I guess that's really my only cartoon that's going on right now. Rick and Morty is not happening until next year. But I watched the second season of Fargo. Have you guys seen any Fargo?
I haven't, and I'm told that it's really good. So it's been on my list to watch.
It was... You know when people said that like Breaking Bad was like the golden age of TV?
Yeah.
Like TV
really
has
say
gotten
that? Because that's really short-sighted.
Well, yeah, they did say it. They said that the golden age of TV was like 2010 to 2015 when Breaking Bad was going on. Fargo is by far and easily the best television show that I have ever watched in my entire fucking life. Like it's like I'm upset. Like I'm obsessed with like, you know, I watched Ash versus Evil Dead and I watched Breaking Bad and I watched The Wire and I watched Boardwalk Empire and this is fucking easy. The best television show that I've ever seen in my entire life. Like no fucking comparison to like season 2 of Fargo. And it's kind of like what's the word that I'm looking for? Where like season 1 is its own contained story and season 2 is its own contained story as well.
Yeah.
What's the word that I'm looking for?
I don't know, but so this doesn't have anything to do, like if you didn't watch season 1, you could watch season 2 and follow it, or does it still connect to season 1 in little ways?
Oh, in little ways, but you don't actually have to watch season 1 to enjoy it. What's the word? It's really bugging me now. What's Halloween 3? Halloween 3, they thought that they were going to become a
anthology?
Serialized?
Yeah.
One-off? I don't know what you're going for.
You're wasting the episode.
Don't worry, Adam. Matt's just going to cut this whole discussion.
It's just going to end with you being like, I watched Fargo season 2, and it's going to jump right to what Scott watched this week.
Anyways, it's some of the best television that I've seen in my entire life, and I really want you guys to watch it just so that we can talk about it later because it's really worth your time. Like it is very much so. It's 10 episodes. It's worth your fucking time. Watch it, guys.
Oh my god,
Matt, what did you watch this week?
This week I watched the movie Jack's Back.
With Mick Jagger in it?
No. With James Spader in it twice.
What?
Jack's Back just got released by Scream Factory, so I reviewed it for Geekscape. It is a 80s horror drama action film. I don't really know what to describe it as. It's a weird movie. But it's about a guy who is a copycat killer of Jack the Ripper 100 years after the last Jack the Ripper murder. And everyone thinks that it is James Spader, the surgeon, who is doing it. until James Spader, the surgeon, is killed by the Jack the Ripper copycat killer.
Who's also James Spader.
And then James Spader's identical twin brother, shows up and is like, hey guys, my brother and I are telepathically linked, and I got a look of the guy who killed him, so I'm going to join the police force and help you guys solve this murder mystery now.
It sounds awful.
Oh, it is fucking terrible. The only positive thing I can say about it is that, Scream Factory does invest so much time in, like, getting these movies to look really good for the Blu-ray releases that the actual cinematography of the movie is not deserving of the terrible script that it's accompanied to. Like, it looks great, but when that's the only positive you can say about a movie, it's not really compelling to sit down and watch the movie. I wrote a review. It's on Geekscape.net for that one, but that's all I've got. How about you, Scott? Besides Can't Buy Me Love, what else did you watch?
Tropic Thunder.
Fantastic.
Finally, I've never seen it before, so it was awesome. Well, I mean, I loved Robert Downey Jr. in it.
I think that Tropic Thunder is a good movie that has moments of greatness in it, but I don't think that it's completely a great movie.
Here's the quick and short answer to that suggestion. It's a Ben Stiller film.
Well, but here's the thing, though. Someone pointed out to me that was like an actor friend of mine why that movie is brilliant. And I do appreciate it a little bit more, which is that they said there's certain things that are so, like, satirically inside that, like, you don't notice it at first. And, like, the one thing that they point out is, like, Ben Stiller's character plays this, like, mentally challenged character that he's embarrassed by and he wants to move away from that. And then it's, like, his only means of survival in the movie is that he has to play that character. And it's like, there's kind of like a weird, like, statement about what happens when you get pigeonholed to, like, a specific character in your career that's being said with that scene that I'm like, okay, I kind of dig that. But I love...
Well, no, here's the thing. That's a 2 hour and a bit movie. That does not hold up to its running time.
No,
it really is way too long.
It's bloated. It's very bloated, and you could keep there are brilliant parts of that movie, like Robert Downey Jr.'s retarded scene, and like literally every part that has Robert Downey Jr. in it is actually fucking awesome. And same with Tom Cruise. Tom Cruise is. But,
oh my God, Tom Cruise stole the movie. I've always thought he's a mediocre actor and really just famous for being a good-looking dude in the 80s, but he killed it. So funny.
I will say my favorite part in that movie, though, is the first 5 minutes when it's just all the fake trailers.
Oh, yeah.
Because the trailer for Jack Black's The Fatties Fart 2 is so spot on for the type of garbage comedy that gets released sometimes.
I understand why they picked like Robert Downey Jr. as the method actor, and they picked Jay Baruchel as the young guy that nobody can remember his name. And of course, Ben Stiller puts himself as the main character, like he does in all of his damn movies. I didn't see the real life equivalency of having Jack Black play that character. Like, I love Jack Black, but I think he does spastic characters. He doesn't do, like, stupid comedy characters.
Well, because Eddie Murphy does not have a sense of humor about himself and would probably never have done that part.
Well, but also, they were trying to make it even by having there be, like, three white dudes and one black dude and one white dude dressed like a black dude. I think that if they would have had Eddie Murphy actually as his character, I understood that, but that's what I'm saying. It's like,
who it should have been? Mike Myers.
Yeah. Yes, that would have been perfect.
I feel Mike Myers.
You know who it should have been? It should have been My Girl, because My Girl likes to party all the time.
Oh God. Okay, well
that's a two and a bit hour movie, right? Which you can leave because there's a lot of really good parts in that movie, but there's so much that you could cut. You could have cut it down to an hour and 40, an hour and 30, and had
it would have been great as an hour and a half movie.
I'm a firm believer that no comedy needs to go more than 90 minutes.
Absolutely,
ever.
You're pushing it.
Funny people. Funny people. No, so it could have been. I mean, it still had its brilliant set pieces, but it definitely went. It went too long. It went too long.
Well, everybody, that was Pumpkinhead from 1988. Don't forget that you can always send us suggestions. This one was actually sent to us in an email a while ago. I want to say it was from Megan. Nope, it was actually, sorry, not Megan. It was Jessica. We got an email from Jessica that we read back on one of the mailbag episodes. She mentioned Pumpkinhead, and the immediacy in which Adam was like, fucking, I hate Pumpkinhead. We're like, well, guess what, motherfucker? We're talking about it now. So that was Pumpkinhead. You can torture us with your movie choices by emailing us at hmnpodcast@gmail.com. I hope you guys have a decent idea for what we could talk about. Pumpkinhead came out all right, but it seemed like it was more torturous on Adam, and you know, Scott and I just kind of sat there and talked about how good it was. So, yeah. You know, let us know in the comments on the Facebook page. Do you like or dislike Pumpkinhead? Let us know. Wait,
Okay.
Where are you?
Are you underwater again?
Okay, wait. Is this better?
No.
What just happened? What did you do that was different than 30 seconds ago?
Adam, take the iPad out of your asshole.
Oh my god.
What the fuck is happening? He was talking perfectly fine, and then we hit record, and shit got crazy.
Okay, check.
No.
No, it literally sounds like you're talking into a plastic bowl.
Okay.
There we are.
How about now?
What happened?
What do you keep doing?
I don't want to. Oh, for fuck's sake!
Your life sucks, Adam.
God fucking damn it.
That sounds fine. Whatever you're doing, just stand exactly there and don't move.
Okay, is this alright? Am I okay right
Yeah,
now?
this sounds
No,
fine.
it sounds like shit now.
God fucking damn it.
No, that sounds fine.
That's
That sounds
fine. Yeah.
right there.
I'm coming through okay. I'm
Yes.
coming through okay.
Okay. Well, I already know what.
Okay, alright.
I already know what the bumper's going
You
to be
get a
on
chance
this
to
fucking
redo
episode.
your shitty intro, Matt.
Yeah, Jesus Christ.
Wait. Guys, are we talking about Pumpkinhead?
Yeah, we're talking Pumpkinhead first.
Okay, 1 sec. Alright. I'm ready to talk about Pumpkinhead.
Okay.
You know, it's fucking 1:30 in the afternoon.
You're listening to the Geekscape Network.